I'm going to show you a little bit about the Circuit Python Express that you guys got. Come in a little bag like this. I'm going to go ahead and take it out. Okay, it looks like that. Should look very much like the picture on your screen. So I'm going to do a little bit of a guided tour of what this looks like using the website linked in Canvas. So if you go to the Circuit Playground Express overview and click that link, the guided tour is, I think, the third option, or the third thing in the list. You can click through and get here, but I'm gonna jump ahead. So some of the things that we have are a whole bunch of sensors to use. When we did robotics earlier, you didn't have that many built-in sensors. If you wanted a touch sensor, for example, you had to add it to the robot yourself. Here, you've got a whole lot of stuff built into this guy. So, for example, there is the left button right here and the right button. They look just like buttons. There's also a switch, little slide switch right down here. Just barely even hold on to, it's so tiny. Okay, if you look, there's also, for example, a motion sensor. You can tell when it moves around, a microphone that can sense, the loudness of a noise. There's a light sensor, a temperature sensor, a speaker so it can make some noise, and the infrared sensor, which we might not use, and then these connection pads listed on the outside are capacitive, so they can actually tell when you touch the pads, okay? If you scroll down here, it can tell you a little bit more about a lot of those features I just pointed out. For example, here's the speaker, here are all the sensors, the light sensor, temperature sensor, microphone sensor. There's a lot more information available if you scroll down the page. But even more exciting is what you can do because we have all those sensors. So if we go back to the MakeCode website where I can do some programming, I am going to look at input. So input is when we take in information from the world. So that's what a sensor does, right? And if you scroll down, you can see that there's a lot of different ways we can take in information because of all those sensors we have. So for example, on shake. So that is going to be the motion sensor sensing when I shake this guy around. So let's make it do something. Maybe we will have it make some lights change. So we will turn on all the lights when we shake it, except I don't really like the red. I'm gonna try changing colors here. So purple, we'll make like every other one purple, and every other one, ooh, white. Let's do that. Oh, it's very sunsetty. Okay, so when I am not moving this guy, the lights will be off. When I shake it, the lights will show up. And we can simulate that over here. So again, this is our simulator interface. Now that we have something attached to the motion sensor, we have this shake option. So we can see what will happen when we shake our device. Oh, and when I shake it, look, you can tell it's shaking. The purple and white lights came on. And there we go. So I'm gonna go ahead and minimize that again. And let's see about getting this on our actual device. So I have my USB cord, one end plugged into my computer. I'll plug the other end into the micro USB spot on my Express there. Oh, look, that's what it had set up for last time. All right, let's see what we can do. Okay, my computer says my device is ready. That's a good sign. I don't want to share. So when you go to share, when you go to want to turn something like this in later, you're going to click share up here. Give it a name. Give it a name like sunset shake. and publish the project. This is what you're going to copy, this link, and just hit copy and paste that into your design doc. Okay, when it's time for that. This is how you share your program with your teacher. But for now, I want to get it on my actual device here. So I'm going to hit download in the lower left corner. And it gives you these nice reminders of how to get that program onto my device. So whether you're on a desktop, a laptop, or a Chromebook, this is very similar. We've just downloaded this file. You can see down here in the bottom left, and we need to now find this device. I'm on a Windows computer right now, so that's what you're going to see, but it's very similar if you're on a Chromebook. You just go to your File Explorer, basically, and you will see one of your options will be, oh, sorry, you got to hit the reset button. Oh, it's so bright. So I'm so bright. So the reset button is right here in the middle, and I'm going to click that so that it knows I want to be able to add a new file to it. You can see here where it showed up, it says C play boot, right? Circuit, playground, boot, bootable. So I'm going to go to my downloads. Here is that Sunset Shake that I just downloaded. I'm just going to drag and drop that onto C Play Boot. It's going to download, and now it should be on my device. So I'm not moving it, so nothing should happen. Oh, but when I shake it, it lights up. Yay! Oh, my poor screen is having a hard time with it being so bright. All right, let's go see if we can change that a little bit. So I'm going to go back to our programming interface. So I see two problems. One, right now, it's just super bright, and two, it turns on once and it never turns off. So let's see what else we can add. I think what we want to add is only lasting for a little while. So let's see if we can find something in here that will let us turn it off again. That's buttons. We could turn it off on a given button. That might be okay. But I do think we can also pause for maybe a half a second. Okay, and then after the pause, we'll turn them all off again. Don't want to turn them all off. Okay, and then I thought that brightness was like a lot. So we're going to turn the brightness down a little bit. Okay, so I've changed my program and I'm going to download again. It's going to remind me what I need to do. I'm going to go back to my interface here. Okay, there's my new one, and I need to hit the reset button again. Oh my gosh, that's so bright. Hit the reset button again so that it will show up in my menu over here. Okay, so because it is all green and it says C Play Boot, we know it's ready for its new program. So I'm going to drag and drop this on there. Whew, okay, turned off. So now it should have the new program on there. It's going to start off with all these lights off, and when I shake it, It turns on. Oh, and then back off again after half a second. That was good. That still seems a little bright, but it's not quite as blindingly bright as it was before. We could turn it down even more. Let's try turning the brightness down to 5. That's pretty dim. I'm gonna hit download. Okay. There's my new one. I have to hit the reset button so I can tell it's ready. I'm gonna drag the new one onto C Play Boot. Okay, so it went off. It should be all set now. If I shake it, oh, look, it's finally starting to get dim enough that you can see the colors. Okay, so that was our first successful program. Yay! What else could we do? We could do all sorts of cool stuff. We could take input from speaking loudly near it, or from covering the light sensor so it only happens in the dark, or when we press one of the buttons, or when we let go of one of the buttons, or the temperature gets too high, or, okay. So there's a lot you can do with this. Try making a game, right? Maybe the lights are gonna move around and I'm gonna try and click the button that's near the light. Or maybe I have to shake it when a certain sound plays. So there's a lot you can do. These things are packed with interactive potential. So come up with something awesome, okay? Okay, bye.